Yeah, I've had, different brands of bikes. I've had, numerous Yamahas, Hondas. I had an Aprilia. I had a Ducati, a Chinese scooter,
a Suron X.
So a lot of you guys have asked me, you're like, cycle cruiser, man, how come you don't buy a Kawasaki? I'm going to tell you in this video, guys, why I do not buy Kawasaki motorcycles.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
This is my most beloved motorcycle that I've ever owned. Custom 2019 YZ450FX that I made into a supermoto. Having a good old time out here on my supermoto, baby. Kawasaki, all the Japanese bikes, they don't know how to design bikes, man. I mean, as far as looks, everything else is amazing with their bikes. I mean, super reliable. But they make the ugliest bikes. But that's not the main reason why I never bought a Kawasaki. This is the best helmet I've ever owned. Ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet with auto tint shield. My motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep me safe. I have links to all of my gear in the description and comment section of this video. Kawasaki ZX-10R has always been a top-end bike. The ZX-6R used to be a top-end bike. I think the 636 is a little better. As far as the super sport and super bikes, are really made for the track. They're not great street bikes. The dual sport that they used to have, the KLX 250 back in the day when I was looking for dual sports, it was between the WR250R and the KLX 250S, and that had a carburetor and pretty slow. WR250R was way better. They do have the new KLX, I think 300 now. They got a supermoto and dual sport, and they tuned it with some better bottom end power, and it's fuel injected now and not carbureted. So they've made some strides. I don't know, we'll see how those bikes perform and all. I was gonna buy a Kawasaki H2 once. I did buy it and actually reneged at the last second. The bike is ugly, but it's got so much power, and you guys say it's so amazing and everything. It's kind of like a unicorn bike. So I thought I'd try it out, but man, I don't do that type of speed out here. Who am I kidding? That's a waste. The fairings are really expensive on that bike, so if you crash it or you jack it up, you're talking about $1,000 plus fairings you gotta buy. And then the Kawasaki ZH2, the street fighter version of it, is ugly as can be. Now, I know some of you, beauty's an eye of the beholder, but come on, man, that's not a good looking bike. The new Kawasaki ZX-10R, they actually looks worse than the previous generation. It looks older looking. It doesn't look that great, man. It's ugly. I don't like it. I'm not saying it's not a good bike. They make all the Japanese bikes are great bikes. Don't get me wrong, man. But there was never anything that I just really wanted with the Kawasaki. You know, when I was first getting into bikes, for a starter bike, I actually had purchased a Kawasaki Ninja 250, but I couldn't go get it because it was pretty far away in Ohio, and I ended up getting the CBR 250R instead. I don't know, it just never worked out for me with Kawasaki's, and I never really had my heart set on any of them, the Kawasaki's, and they just seem to be, I mean, these new designs are coming out with, they're terrible.
One thing about Kawasaki's and Japanese bikes in general is they tend to look like robots. I don't know, Japan has a fascination with weird looking robot motorcycle styles.
Kawasaki, all the Japanese bikes, they need to hire Italian designers, man, and make some proper, awesome looking bikes like Ducati makes, Aprilia makes, and MV Agusta makes, and all the other Italian bikes are absolutely beautiful looking, but Japan just doesn't, I don't know, they come out with weird looking bikes, man. The Yamaha R6 is a beautiful bike and all, but like I said, it wasn't because it just looks, it's just because their bikes just never fit me, you know. So that's why I never got a Kawasaki, guys. I don't foresee myself buying a Kawasaki anytime soon. Now that little KLX 300 supermoto they got out, that could look like a pretty cool bike for you new riders out there that want to get into supermoto life. I'm telling you, supermoto life is where it's at, baby. Because these bikes, they can take a beating, you can drop them, They're cheap to fix as far as the plastics on the bike. They got nice low-end grunt, you know, and I think that new KLX 300, they put a little grunt on that down low. And you could fly around. I mean, you could go around corners low. You could take it pretty much anywhere. If you put the Shinko 705 tires on, which are ADV tires, like the adventure bikes have, like I have on this bike, it allows you, the tires are nearly bulletproof and allows you to go ride off-road in the woods, ride anywhere, man. It pretty much turns into a dual sport, but with tubeless wheels. Now, if your Supermoto comes with top wheels that have tubes, you can make them tubeless. I did a video, because I did mine, I did a how-to video on how to make wheels tubeless, Supermoto rims. Go check that out. I'll include a video link in the description and comment section of this video. But you tell me, guys, tell me, what is the Kawasaki that you think I should get that's so awesome? Now, I know some of you guys say the Z900 is pretty cool. To me, it's just kind of a bland looking, regular looking kind of Japanese bike. It's got the inline 4. I'm not doubting that it's an awesome bike, but it just doesn't have something that's just calling out to me, like, you know, get this bike. So the H2, like I said, is a unicorn of a bike. But I don't foresee myself ever getting that bike unless I get into drag racing or something, you know. But I don't know. Leave a comment, man. What do you like about Kawasaki motorcycles that you think is better than the other Japanese motorcycles? I want to hear about it, and let's talk about it. That's why I do these videos, to help incite community discussion. So let's talk about it, dude. Meanwhile, I'm gonna bust a wheelie, dude. But anyways, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my all-in-one motorcycle channel and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto. Deuces. Woo! Man, look at this. This thing rips. Yeah, I'm starting to think I'm a Harley rider sometimes when I'm riding this into town, though, man. I'm like kicking my feet out, throwing them back on the pigs, and
Hit thumbs up, check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.